So real ones remember a time when Meek Mill woke up and decided to tweet this. Do a lot of people play my music in South Africa? I remember having on a big show there a few years back. How do y'all listen to our music in South Africa? On what platform in Nigeria? And this caused a lot of controversy. People were understandably mad and surprised how ignorant this man was. But what if I told you some people took it much more serious than the rest of us and decided to create a streaming platform for Africans? I'm not saying that he inspired the app in any way, that's far from what I'm saying, but there is currently an app on Google Play Store and App Store that will only host African artists from a certain African country. So you may be asking why an app like this exists, an app that only exists for certain artists in a particular region. And I'll tell you why in a bit. But the existence of this app creates questions like, how are they going to compete with the big names like Spotify and Apple Music? How are they even going to get these artists who are signed to record labels and distributors all over the world to put their music on this relatively small and new platform? And as I said, this app will only have music from this country. So no Lil Pump for you, no Drake for you, Rema who? And get this, since the app will not be available for artists in other countries, many of the songs that people listen to every day will not be on this app because they are only taking a subset of the music people listen to, which is Ghanaian music, and creating a streaming platform around it when that same Ghanaian music is available on the already existing apps that people know and love. So it makes me wonder how they are going to get people to sign up and stay on this streaming platform. In my opinion, the target market is just too small. And quite honestly, as you're going to find out by the end of the video, in its current state, this is not the best. So with that said, my name is Francis, OF only for the fans, and I make interesting videos like this one every week. So do well to subscribe and turn post notifications on for new videos every week. Let's get into the video. So Ghana's Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on 31st October 2024 launched the nation's first ever music streaming platform.
It is a great pleasure to join you here today as we gather to celebrate a remarkable innovation in the Ghanaian music landscape, the launch of the Ghana Music Xperience,
which is known as the Ghana Music Xperience with an X. And his reason for doing this, to support Ghanaian artists by improving revenue collection. So the whole point of this is to help the artists that have been making music make much more money from their music. And as you may know, the big platforms like Spotify and Apple Music pay their artists very little. On Spotify, you need about 250 to 300 streams to make $1, and on Apple Music I think it's about 100 streams to $1. So they are trying to change this and give artists more money for each stream. But I'm not entirely sure how they are going to pull this off, because streaming platforms have various sources of income. Apart from the subscriptions, there are also ads on the free versions. They have sponsorship deals, they may even sell merchandise. But with this one, it seems they may be only going for the subscription and the ad revenue model for generating income. Considering how small the target audience and the market for this is, it's very hard to imagine a world where this proves successful. It will be extremely difficult for them to even match the prices the big platforms are paying the artists. Because even if they charge outrageous prices for the subscriptions, not everything goes to the artists. Some of the money has to go to the developers, other departments responsible for keeping the app running. At the moment, no official numbers have been given in terms of how much they are planning on charging for the service or how much they are going to be paying their artists. So the very premise of having a Ghana-only app which hosts only Ghanaian music, which somehow generates much more money for the artists, to me seems quite flawed. But now let's get into the app itself. First things first, the name of this revolutionary app is the Ghana Music Xperience, or GMX for short. I should also note that this app is in its testing phase. Once you sign up and get into the app, you are confronted with a huge disclaimer which reads, The musical works uploaded on the GMX platform are for testing purposes only. These works have been made available solely to evaluate the functionality, performance, and user experience of the GMX system. They are not intended for commercial use or public distribution during this testing phase. All rights to their content remain with their respective owners, and no royalties or financial compensation will be generated or distributed during this period. Upon the completion of the testing, these works will be removed and the platform will proceed with official releases in compliance with all copyright laws and agreements. So basically, if it wasn't clear enough, this app is currently not 100% ready, and the content that is currently available will not be generating income for either party. So the setup process is pretty easy. You just input your name, your email, create a password, and you're in. So let's start with the user experience. The app has an intuitive interface which is easy to use. It's very similar to what you would experience on an app like Spotify. The aesthetics and visuals are okay, it's nothing too crazy, nothing you've not seen before, and the interactions with the tabs and visual cues are smooth and responsive, just like you would expect from a streaming app. Now let's move to functionality. So the first thing I noticed is the search feature is a bit iffy. Sometimes when you search for some artists who are confirmed to be on the app, nothing shows up. Download and offline listening are also available, and so you can listen to music even when you have no data connection. At the moment, you cannot create new playlists. You only have to use the playlists that have been curated by the makers of the app. Let's move to performance. These are also quite standard. It has a very quick loading time. The audio quality is also very good. You might not even be able to tell the difference between this and other platforms. It's very similar. But what it falls short is the crashes. It crashes very often. You may not even be able to get through one 3-minute song until it crashes, especially when your phone screen is off. But when you're in the app, it will take much longer for that to happen. But it will happen anyway. And it also has a podcast feature where podcasts from all over the world are made available. Though I'm not sure it will be available in the final version, which will be released God knows when. So that's about it. It's a very standard app with very little to offer in terms of content at the moment. They will have to address the crashes and the actual business model that the app is going to be operating on. And also the constant crashes will have to be addressed if this has any place in the future. So for those of you who are considering getting the app or have already tried and used the app, what was your experience? Are you going to switch to this streaming platform when it comes out? And how much are you willing to pay for the Ghana Music Xperience? Let me know in the comments. You can also tap on this video to see how a small brand in Africa is competing with the likes of Cerelac and some other big names in the food business, and how it is quickly becoming one of the biggest food brands in Africa. So with that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you another time. Bye.